In this video, I'm going to explain to you why losing weight isn't as hard as you think. I used to be 25 kg overweight, and last year I decided to completely shift my life around. If I can do it, so can you. And if you follow the steps that I discovered along my own journey, it will be inevitable that you will lose the weight. The first and the most important thing for this whole journey is I want you to take a look at your mindset and self identity. What do I mean by this? In order for this whole journey to succeed, this is the foundation of it all. Because without your mindset and your self identity, you cannot go anywhere because this needs to be corrected and you need to take a step back and reflect on yourself. I also took a look in the mirror and this was very confrontational, but I looked at myself and I said, okay, these are the current patterns and behaviors that I have that brought me this far. And what can I do to change them? How do I envision myself? Who would I like to become in the future? That's your self identity shift. I thought about this and I said to myself, okay, I would like to become somebody that is healthy, is active, and feels good in her skin. This really helped me to lock in on this whole journey because this is something that is a lifestyle change. This ain't a quick fix. And I really want to emphasize on that because it won't work if it's a quick fix. This needs to be forever from now on, right? Because that's the person that you're becoming. But I also want you to say that if you do this correctly, you probably won't even go back to your old self because you're so used to this and your whole body is used to this. So what I also did is I made sure that along this whole journey, I took pictures of myself. And this can also be something that you're maybe not really in the mood for because you probably don't really feel good on camera. If you take pictures of yourself, those will be the receipts throughout this whole journey, and it will show your discipline and dedication, and it will only motivate you more and more because you see yourself losing weight. But also, what is important is that this will help you to get comfortable with yourself again. This will help with you comparing yourself to you and seeing a change and loving you on camera. It's huge for your self love. I want you to compare yourself only to you. This is a journey that's about you. If you think about the person that you would like to become in the future, I want you to only think about you. We're not comparing ourselves to other people. Of course, there can be other people for motivation and inspiration. That's a different story, but we're not going to compare ourselves. It's all about you. And I want you to really, really let that sink in. The second thing that we're going to talk about is food. And this is a topic that I can talk to you guys about a lot because there's so much to talk to you about regarding food. And I don't know if it's possible to really talk about all the different topics regarding food in this video. So if you're interested in getting to know more about this, just let me know and maybe I can make a separate video. But there are some things that you can implement right away which will help with weight loss. And it's not as hard as you think. The main thing that I want you to do is I want you to also look at your current behaviors regarding food. This is the start because the way you're eating is not helping you to get to the person that you want to become in the future right now. Okay. So you need to really make a huge shift. You need to change your behaviors. And it's not as complicated because you don't need certain diet plans or meal plans or whatever. It's not like that. It's just very simple, actually. It's like you need to look at yourself, the current food that you're eating, and you need to eat in a calorie deficit. You gaining weight is because you're eating in a surplus. You need to be in a deficit. So you need to consume less. How do you do that? You do that by portion control. You're probably eating a lot of big portions and you probably eat constantly whenever you're feeling hungry. And this is also why I'm saying to you, it's a psychological thing too. It's not only practical because you need to look at yourself why you are eating, when are you eating, and how can you change that? Are you somebody that's eating whenever you're feeling emotional? Are you somebody that's eating whenever you're with company? Are you somebody that's eating whenever you're bored or whenever you're laying on the couch, you're snacking? Those are behaviors that we need to get rid of, okay? Because you need to have control over food and not let food control you. And this is possible. It is possible because it worked for me. So it will also work for you. But this requires discipline, and this also requires dedication to the future self. You need to keep this in mind and lock yourself in. I want you to eat less. What I did is I looked at my own way that I was eating, and I said to myself, okay, I need to get rid of certain foods. I got rid of the sugar, I got rid of the dough, I got rid of the junk food, and I got rid of all the unnecessary carbs. Those are things that I said to myself, I need to get rid of this, because if I still continue to consume those things, this won't work for me. So I got rid of them at the beginning because I really wanted to clean my gut out. I wanted to clean my gut because whenever your gut is filthy from the inside with junk food, it craves junk food. Whenever your gut is full with healthy food, it will only crave healthy food. And this is where we want to go. So what I did is I got rid of all those junk foods and I ate in a deficit. I ate less. I ate less portions. This means that you are going to be hungry throughout the day. And I want you to get comfortable with the feeling of being a little bit hungry, because that means that you're burning fat. Because what we do is we eat whenever we feel like we want to eat, but those things will come from other things. They will come whenever we're bored or we're emotional. It's not that we actually want to eat. I want you to get to a place where food is only for fuel. Food is there to keep you going, to give you energy throughout the day. Food is not here for comfort. And once you realize this and once you understand this, you will be in control of food, and food won't control you anymore. So less portions. Stop eating in surplus, eat in a deficit, and substitute the unhealthy junk for healthier options. Protein will make you feel full throughout the day. This is why it's good for you, and it's also good for your muscle. Fiber, like fruits and vegetables, is also something that we need to eat, because only having protein is not good for you. It's not good to only have protein. It's not good for your digestion. You need to have fiber with it too. Stop having certain drinks and empty calories. Stop having the huge coffees with creams and sugars and syrups and whatever. No, what I did when I started this journey is I cut it all out. I cut out the coffee. I only had coffee, black coffee. I had water, I had sparkling water, I had kombucha, and I had tea. No sugary drinks, no excessive things. You don't understand that in one drink there can already be 600 calories, 600 extra calories that you take throughout the day. And that's just one drink. So I want you to really get to know calories, how it works, and that you need how you need to consume less of them, okay? Because that will make you lose weight. Whenever you're substituting unhealthier foods with healthier foods, your body will crave more healthier foods because it will make you feel better. It will make you feel less bloated. It will give you more energy. Also did is I ate in a certain time window. I did intermittent fasting, so I only ate from 12 till 8. And this also really helped me because that made sure to me that I got a structure in whenever I could eat. And that meant that I was consuming less food because I stopped eating and I started eating at a certain time. And whatever works for you works for you. This is what I did. I'm not saying that this is the way to go, because I know that for certain people, having breakfast is extremely important. That's also possible, but stop eating around a certain time in the evening. At 8 o'clock, kitchen's closed. I want you to understand kitchen's closed. If you feel hungry, just have a tea, just have some water, just whatever, wind down, chill. Tomorrow will be another day where you can have food, okay? I want you to get comfortable with feeling a little bit hungry and get comfortable with not going towards food whenever you think that you want it, because most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, you don't even need it. The third thing I want to talk to you about is exercise. This is something I love to talk about because I love exercise, and I feel like this is also something that is important for you to really think about, because I know that nowadays there are certain sports that are in and that we see online, and people are like, okay, I need to go to Pilates, for example, or I need to do this or that because people are talking about it. And Pilates is a very good way of exercise. It will make you strong, it's good for you. But if you don't like it, then don't do it. Don't feel like you need to do something because everybody else is doing it. I want you to find an exercise that you love and you can stick with, okay? Because if you don't stick with it, then it's not for you. And then this won't work. I really love to go to the gym. And I love to go to the gym prior when I was overweight, but I ate in a surplus, so it wasn't really working. But I love the gym. I love strength training because it's good for longevity. It's good for your skeleton muscle. I feel so strong whenever I'm working out and doing strength training. That's something that really works for me. What I also implemented is running. I love it. I love running. Those are the things that I like to do. But you can try something that you love. Don't feel obligated to do a certain exercise because other people are doing it. If you, for example, like to do kickbox or swim or doing tennis or whatever, you can do that. Just do something that you can stick with and you can do most of the time during the week, because I also want you to exercise and make this a routine, make this a daily routine. Another part of your daily routine is walking. This is something that is extremely important because nowadays we are living in a society where it's normalized to grab your car for a 5-minute ride. It is normalized to grab your car, not really walk around, just be lazy. We're living in a society where everybody's lazy nowadays. And I don't want this for you because our ancestors, they used to walk miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. This is something that your body needs. Your body needs to walk. It is evolution. We need to do this. Even though if I'm not running or going to the gym, I make sure that I walk at least 10K steps. This maybe sounds like a lot, but it is so important to become active. If you're sitting on the couch, nothing will happen. You need to be active. You need to move around in the house, do what needs to be done. I started my journey in the winter. And I started my journey in the winter in the cold. There are no excuses, okay? You can go outside and you can multitask. You can walk and you can multitask. And that's what I love. So, for example, if you want to listen to a podcast, go for a walk. If you want to talk on the phone with one of your friends, go for a walk. If you want to watch a YouTube video, even, go for a walk. Grab your phone, go outside, listen to music, do whatever you need, but just make sure you're walking. It's a habit. And I know this sounds like a lot maybe at the beginning, because if you're somebody that's not used to walking, walking 10 to 12K or 15K steps sounds a lot. But trust me, it won't be a lot after a while. Just start with, for example, 8K and just build it up, okay? But make sure you're walking and moving. Make sure that this is part of you. I don't want you to be the lazy person on the couch. I want you to be the active person because that's what you envisioned at the beginning of this video. I want to end this video by saying to you that this is going to be your life from now on. And I know that it maybe sounds like a lot right now. Whenever you're in this and whenever you're envisioning your self identity, this will become part of your day-to-day routine. It will be inevitable that you will lose weight because it's not as hard as we think. We'll figure out along the way so many things, and I want this for you. I want you to feel your best. I want you to feel good in your skin. And trust me, that will happen. If you follow the steps, this will happen. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them and I will answer them. And thank you so much for watching.